Germany quitting nuclear doesn't doom the energy transition. Last year, Germany shut off half its fleet of nuclear power plants. The remaining will be shut down this year. On the face of it, the decision looks absurd. Why would you shut down low-carbon sources of energy now? Europe's gas prices are setting new records, and the demand for clean energy has never been higher. On top of that, renewable sources of energy are intermittent and work only when the sun shines and the wind blows. Nuclear, on the other hand, is a firm source of clean power. Wouldn't Germany fail at meeting its climate goals without nuclear? That conclusion ignores some important nuances. Any climate plan should ideally replace dirty sources of energy with cleaner ones as fast as possible. But political realities mean that the transition isn't always going to be smooth. The opposition to anything nuclear is deep-seated among Germans. The Greens Party, which is part of the current coalition government, has been anti-nuclear for decades. The country's divorce with nuclear power began 2 decades ago and accelerated after the Fukushima meltdown in Japan in 2011. Angela Merkel, then Chancellor, tried and failed to get public support for extending the life of even existing nuclear power plants. That failure, however, shaped Germany's push into renewable power. The country heavily subsidized the rollout of solar power in the early 2000s, when the technology was still quite expensive. That subsidy didn't just benefit Germany, but the whole world. Solar is now the cheapest source of new power in most countries. Experts say that without the constraints that the nuclear phase-out put on the country, Germans would not have supported paying higher bills for renewable electricity. So yes, Germany would have had an easier time meeting its climate goals with nuclear power, but that's only one side of the story. The bigger takeaway is whatever the route countries take to cut emissions, they need to ensure that there is broad public support for it. I'm Akshat Rathi. This is Net Zero. Follow us on your favorite platforms.